I see my thing flashing, so I think it's working, but I don't hear you.
I Now you will
Oh,
hear me.
now I hear you.
It was my fault. I was playing Among Us,
Oh,
and then you get into situations where you can't talk because you're not quite alive.
yeah, I haven't had to deal with that yet. It's gonna happen eventually, though.
It's a good game. Love it.
I was just kind of trying to begin to explain to chat, but we can work things out right
Okay.
now, too. We're gonna play like a themed opening match, right?
Yes.
We can play basically two games of each opening, and perhaps chat can pick out some of the more obscure openings for us to dive into.
I agree. Let's do that.
I know you had the one in mind of this like actual playable Bongcloud line in this
Yes.
Vienna, which perhaps we can start with.
Yeah. The famous Steinitz line.
Yeah,
The King's Gambit, Knight C3. And in fact, this is, I think, the oldest Bongcloud ever. Things like 1900s. Queen H4 and King E2. And this has been played by Steinitz and won a gazillion times
it was
by
also
him.
played by Kasparov against
Kasparov.
Karyakin.
Yeah, Karyakin. When was that?
That was, I think that was one of the St. Louis events in 2017.
Mm.
Probably St. Louis Rapid and Blitz.
So not that long ago, actually. This is one of the choices.
Okay. Yeah, so I have not done any sort of preparation, so I would just go into this kind of trying to figure things out. But how about,
Don't worry about it. Me neither.
okay, sounds good. Okay. All right, so we'll both be streaming, so people can watch his stream as well. And we're going to start with this crazy, crazy opening. It's going to be scary going into something with no. Nope, not costume. Okay. Um, okay, so this is the first few moves I have to play. Queen h4, and then king e2. Oh dear. I have no idea what to do here. And it looks like a nice position. The king's on e2. But white's gonna take over the center soon. And d5 I think is thematic. Maybe knight f6. Knight c6 I want to play to get to d4, but then there's pawn d4. Oh boy. If I play this or this move. Yeah, let's how bad is this? Because I have this move. I do queen f2 and also yeah, I think I'll start with this. Wait, but then knight f3, queen h6, e5. Man, I don't know what to do here. d5, knight takes d5, and then maybe c6. Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna start with this. A knight f3, queen h5, e5, and then I play this. There's some eventual idea of knight e3. This has to be like objectively better for black, I think. Hey, it's Kimmy. What's up, Kimmy? Shout out to Kimmy. Yeah, if you're just joining, what did I just do? There we go. If you're just joining, we're doing an opening themed match, and I guess I sacrificed some time. I have g5 here. And g5 is kind of cool. Idea g4. Yeah, ChessWeeb he's kind of a specialist in like weird offbeat openings. He's also very strong in rapid and blitz. So gonna have to be very, very careful. I'm tempted to play g4 here. The g4 f4 hangs. I could undevelop. Or I could go for this plan. Okay, let's go for this. I have to be very, very cognizant of time. This is actually a really cool line. I'm gonna have to take a look at that Kasparov game. So bishop e7 I think makes sense. Because if the knight ever moves away, I want to make sure I'm covering f6. I'm sure ChessWeeb is dreaming of getting this fork. And there's some idea of like d5 or f5, or maybe some combination of the moves. Always have to watch out for en passant though. Ooh. So this pawn's pinned for the time being? I guess the threat is just to take. So maybe h6? And yeah, there is increments, so if I get really low on time, I can still survive, but ideally I don't want to get too down on the clock. Now let's go for this. Man, this is just such a mess. Okay, d5. In positions like this, you just want to make your pieces as happy as possible. So bishop or pawn can come in. Or this pawn. Yeah, the king on e2 is so awkward. It wants to run away, but then there's some idea of knight f2. I wouldn't be able to play knight f2 immediately, but here I could kick the knight and then go for this. Interesting. I'm just blocking the e-file, preparing this.
Take to the bank, Eric.
I'm trying. But which bank? Oh, the blood bank. Oh. I haven't been inside a bank in a long time. I just like to use a mobile app. Does a blood bank have like a mobile app? I think I'm winning material though. Like the king has found kind of some refuge, but the knight's attacked, and if knight moves, I triple fork. Oh, the counterattack. Wait, what? So if I take? Oh, it's getting messy. I think it's okay for me. I have rook c8. There's bishop b5. Man, this is a mess. My rook's defended by the bishop. Oh dear. I could castle. Castle like a boss. I have no idea what's going on here. Let's just take a knight. The problem with castling, I had to keep the bishop defended. Wow, what is this move? Let's take here. Threatening double check, maybe. Oh no! How bad is this? Oh, tricky move. So if takes, I check and win. Oh! What is this position? Wow, am I winning? Might be winning. I have so many pawns. Look at my pawns. Look at this. It's so beautiful. Kind of. Wait, oh! He's getting a queen too, though. No! I have so many pawns. Ah! No! There goes all my pawns. Wow! That was so crazy. Good game. This was probably a bad move. Yeah, that was a bad move. I was so excited about my pawns, though. But I guess the rook and bishop, they were too solid. And this pawn was annoying. GG.
Because I think that was so rich in tactical ideas and combinations that I think it would be miss if you don't look at it.
Definitely. I just brought it in. Wait,
Yeah,
is this the right game? This
Yeah,
is,
this is
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, this was insane. And I think knight f6 is somewhat inaccurate because you never can go back anymore.
I just didn't know, like, it's so hard to. I can't remember last time I've been in like such an early theoretical position,
Yeah.
having no prior knowledge.
Yeah.
Um,
So, go ahead.
so it was so hard to come up with a move here because I had all these ideas of like maybe d5 or like at some point knight c6. I mean, I had some sense of like what my resources should be,
Yeah.
but it's so hard to actually calculate thoroughly.
Yeah. I mean, I think you sort of mix the two lines. So it's not really like a normal King's Gambit.
Hmm.
You have to go indeed with this d5 way of like and go very aggro. Actually, maybe knight c6 first, so you win time, and then you will have d5. But as you're asking, I'm losing sight of it. How do you do that?
Yeah, no, I took a quick peek at the database. So
Yeah.
d5 is the most popular move.
Yeah, so some d5 here and some like bishop d6 here, knight c6, bishop g4, castles.
Gotcha.
So this is the main line, and it does get crazy because I can go some like king d3.
Ooh, a king being useful in the center.
And what's fascinating about this whole thing, that it's not like it's terrible for white. Black has to be very accurate to show that this is bad.
Gotcha.
In fact, Spassky won this like against the Grandmaster, like Foreman, Karpov's coach. Like he killed him in this line.
No, this would be a fascinating line to like kind of look up the famous games in, especially among like top players.
Yeah.
The reason. So the reason I didn't play d5 in like immediately, I just thought it did more help for you than harm, where like it just gives you more I thought the knight's just better on d5 anyway. I guess like I didn't realize the power of getting the bishop in, and then maybe use your knight later on as a target.
It's more of like you getting quick development. So I think you're completely right that the knight is nice on d5. But you're just rushing in to get pieces in.
Which makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a very thematic idea for this opening, especially with a king on e2.
Yeah, so I mean, knight f6 is logical, but I think this g5 idea just doesn't belong in this system. Here, queen h5. And I'm actually very mad at myself for knight e4, because I think knight d5 is just so much better.
Oh, yeah, I was kind of scared of this because this pawn's a bit vulnerable.
You can even go some like king e1 and set up this threat.
I might have c6 here, but it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable. So knight e4, I think, was inaccurate.
I was happy to get the bishop to restrict
so
you.
I wanted to show one nice little trick. Here, d5, I have an hg takes and knight f2, trapping the queen.
Oh.
Actually, that was the reason I was just too tempted for this one. This is pretty. I don't know if you looked at this at all.
I did not see that. I just assumed that the pin is always working. Wait, so what happened in the game then? Because you had
bishop e7. I don't have this trick because you.
Oh, I have the h6 square. Ah, okay. Yeah, I was not aware of that idea at all.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
h4, h6. Here, knight c6. Here takes, and probably I should have played d5 for sure. Because once I allowed d5, I think you were.
Yeah, no, the position was so comfy for me.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I was so happy, even like late. Okay, things were just a big mess.
Yeah.
I was curious if I had any chances, like with my pawns rolling on the king side.
Yeah, me
towards
too.
the end. I mean, this is just
very good.
And we were both in severe time trouble, like 6 seconds to 11 seconds.
Yeah.
I didn't even see e7 as hanging with check, but thankfully
maybe that was a good practical try.
Yeah, actually. Like I wasn't getting mated. I was threatening to queen. Your king was a target, and then I just tried to keep
rook takes
taking
c6
stuff.
Instead of rook takes c6, knight e3, queen. But there's queen f6, so you're stuck here. That's the problem.
Yeah, I was proud of this idea, rook e8. Like,
Yeah, that was very nice. But actually, maybe wait. Maybe you have knight e3, queen e2. So instead of rook e, no, I still have this.
You still have queen f6, right?
It's such a heartbreaker, honestly.
I
maybe
didn't
instead-
see you could play queen e2 here, but thankfully I had f3.
Yeah.
It's just such a, and so many plot twists.
F3, knight e4, and I mean that bishop e3 is a must. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I'm lost.
And it's crazy. Like I'm down 2 whole rooks basically.
Yeah, and I have only one move. That
Yeah,
barely
like
holds.
these pawns are so magnificent.
Yeah. I guess the thing is that here you shouldn't have taken the rook.
Yeah, I got too excited. I just saw my pawn
Yeah.
rolling down and
And just
forgot you
took
have
it.
a pawn too.
Yeah. So maybe it's not like queen g4.
Yeah, queen g4 and then this is a threat. And your bishop and rook are still tied down.
Can I go back and take? But that must be lost because
I'll probably just get my pawn to h2 and chill. Like maybe keep.
Just,
I have literally 5 pawns in 3 different files, so I'll probably run all of them.
when do you ever have 5 pawns on one side?
You know what I could do? If you
Yeah?
just do nothing, like because you're kind of stuck anyway.
Yeah.
Obviously you wouldn't do this, but
Yeah.
something like this, and then takes, and I have a massive like pawn. It's almost a pawn rectangle. But
you could go f2.
yeah.
Too bad you can't bring this guy over to f3. And this is
Yeah,
completely
even if like you tried, yeah,
like,
it would be so nice.
yeah. This
Anyway, that
feels-
was a great game.